It was darker in here. You know how like you listen to songs when you're sad and they help? Yeah. This is about a sad thing and the song that helped. And it was an Elton John. Because of course it was. My like top dudes in high school, Sting, number one.
Yep.
We got multiple Sting songs up in here tonight for the skate sesh. I was like, they know. It was funny because I wasn't just like into Sting, I was like into Sting. I got like a scrapbook from high school where like I even like cut the word Sting out of like articles about bees and I pasted it in my scrapbook. And then whenever people like write me a note or something, I start to read it and then I'm like, remember the Sting letter, which fortunately was pre-internet, but I wrote a really elaborate letter to Sting and then it never got sent, thanks. But I was like really into Sting, really. But then like Fields of Gold came out and I was like, dude, what is this? And then when I was like 45, I went and saw Sting and Paul Simon did a show together where they like, it was like another one of my dudes, and like they did a show together where they like alternated songs and then did some songs together. And this was like, early, this was like perimenopause time. And I was watching Sting and he started Fields of Gold and all of a sudden I was like, I get it. That one wasn't for me. Yet. Now, anyway, this is about a baby and Dylan Beatles. I was 12 and things had been pretty okay up till then. The only deaths I experienced were pets and the grandparents of my friends. I was gifted and talented till right around 7th grade. But that is when everything changed and I had to flip the switch and shut off my brain. 'Cause if I thought too much, I'd get sick to my stomach, and I would feel like giving up, throwing up, it was just too tough. 'Cause that is when I realized that even little babies die, and I had to build a wall inside to keep me from losing my mind. He was only 9 months old, a kid I'd babysit and hug and hold, and I would tickle his toes and pat his head and watch his chest rise and fall as he slept in his crib. And then my dad said late last night, a truck driver hit their car, he didn't survive. And his mom was hurt bad, but his dad is alright. His big brother was fine because he stayed at the party. Thank goodness Stephen was fine because he stayed at the party. And if I thought too much, I'd get sick to my stomach, and I would feel like giving up, throwing up, it was just too tough. Sometimes things happen when we are small that we just don't have the tools to deal with at all. So we bottle it up and we just don't see how the stuff that we stuff will affect who we'll be. What protects us as kids slowly makes us insane. So set free my brain, brick by brick in an attempt to set free my brain. And I just hope that my heart is stronger now, so much stronger than it was when I was 12. When if I thought too much, I'd get sick to my stomach, and I would feel like giving up or throwing up. It was just too tough. And I'd sing Daniel again and again, and pretend you were just traveling on a plane. Quarter century later, it's still hard to take, but with every red tail light I scream out your name. Yeah, with every red tail light I scream out your name. I say Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. I say Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. I say Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. Baby boy, baby boy, baby boy. Baby boy, baby boy, baby boy. Baby boy, baby boy, baby boy. Baby boy. Heads up, I'm gonna skip a verse in this one. Flower said, I wish I was a tree. The tree said, I wish I could be a different kind of tree. The cat wished that it was a bee. The turtle wished that it could fly really high into the sky, over rooftops and then dive deep into the sea. And in the sea there is a fish that has a secret wish, a wish to be a big cactus with a pink flower on it. And in the sea there is a fish that has a secret wish, a wish to be a big cactus with a pink flower on it. And the flower will be its offering of love to the desert, and the desert so dry and lonely that the creatures all appreciate the effort. Blah, blah, blah. And the rattlesnake said, I wish I had hands so I could hug you like a man. But then the cactus said, gender's a construct, motherfucker. And don't you understand? My skin is covered with sharp spikes that'll stab you like 1,000 knives. A hug would be nice, but hug my flower with your eyes. And the flower said, I wish I was a tree. The tree said, I wish I could be a different kind of tree. The cat wished that it was a bee. The turtle wished that it could fly really high into the sky, over rooftops and then dive deep into the sea. And in the sea there is a me and Jen and Shell from Shell Shack, like when we all toured with AJJ like 5 years ago, me and Jen and Shell like were talking about how, you know, like I was like just about to be AARP eligible, and they both like just were already, and they were like giving me pointers about like, oh, when you're in the AARP. And it was really special, but we're all like, you know, we're all a little broken, and I used to skate like all the time, and my friend Pierre is here, who's one of my first friends who I learned to roller skate with, and she probably still also has her roller skating proficiency certificate from Rollerland in Danbury from when we used to go with brownies in like 1982. But we used to have all of our birthdays at Skate City, and I used to skate all the time. I have a tattoo here that's totally blurry because I'm old and it's old. So it's probably like a 30-year-old tattoo, but it says skate or die, and it's a pair of roller skates and a heart. And I knew playing a show at a skate rink, I was gonna be like, oh, I wanna skate. And all the way like through the whole skate session, like me and Shell kept looking at each other and being like, we could probably skate, right? And I mean, I didn't try, because I called Panda and I was like, I think I could skate. And Panda was like, Mom, you're an idiot. But it brought me massive amounts of joy to watch other people skating, and I just, you know, when I was talking about accessibility with this space, and we were trying to come up with a plan for me to get onto this big tall stage, this fucking place got a lift so that I could get on stage. And I'm never gonna play at any other venue ever again. But I wrote this song like early pandemic with my friends Clyde Peterson, who plays as Your Heart Breaks, and my friend Kaylin Heffernan, who performs as Wheelchair Sports Camp. And yes, they are both amazing. And Kaylin is a disabled wheelchair user, and Clyde is a type 1 diabetic. And so the three of us were talking about, like, because it was during lockdown, like what we would have liked for things to have looked like when everything reopened. And so we wrote a song about that, and enlisted Sean and Preston and Mark from AJJ to play on it, and Brad from Draco and the Malfoys and Harry and the Potters, and Panda sings on it, and it's on my Bandcamp. But I can't do justice to everybody else's parts, especially Kaylin's verse, because it's so good. So I will let you listen to it on Bandcamp to hear Kaylin's verse. But I did. I was inspired by the hook of Kaylin's song "It's Hard Out Here for a Gimp," and you should look that video up on YouTube because that's really good. And so yeah, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be like kind of like, I want to say like MTV or like VH1 Storytellers, but it's gonna be more like MTV Cribs. Where like I'm gonna take you from room to room and kind of explain what's happening while we're doing this tour of the song. Stay on target, be the arrow, don't stray from the straight and narrow, be oh, and there's part about the inauguration, we'll just ignore that because we didn't know. Stay on target, be the arrow, don't stray from the straight and narrow, be courageous, but be afraid enough to keep your family safe, and it's okay to celebrate 2021 inauguration. don't go in anyone else's home. And keep your mask over your mouth and nose. And remember, better's only gonna be a little better, so try not to implode. Keep marching if you can, or walk like thunder, but don't forget thunder rolls. Yeah, don't forget that thunder rolls. Don't forget that thunder rolls. We need to make this whole world more accessible. We need to make this whole world more accessible. And then what I stole from Caleb goes like this. There's a stairway to heaven, so how the hell we gonna get it? There's a stairway to heaven, so how the hell we gonna get it? There's a stairway to heaven, so how the hell we gonna get it? There's a stairway to heaven, so how the hell we gonna get it? Don't forget that thunder rolls. Don't forget that thunder rolls. And then Caleb's verse goes here, and it's like, it's about being in a burning building in a wheelchair, and they shut off the elevators. But Caleb curses a lot, and it's really good, so you should listen to Caleb and not me. And then Clyde. So Clyde's an amazing trans filmmaker, songwriter, visual artist, animator, and Clyde lives on a tiny island in the Puget Sound where he has an artist residency space for like queer BIPOC artists to go and spend time and work on their art. And it's like right by the beach, and you sleep in a trailer and you poop in an outhouse, and he built like a really beautiful cedar sauna with a clawfoot tub in it. So you could like go jump in the water and it's freezing and then run back and get in the sauna. But Clyde built ramps to all the structures on his land. And so I was like, Clyde, write a verse about ramps. And Clyde said, when it comes to physics, round things roll. When it comes to ramps, you need this common ratio. 1 foot long for every inch of rise. That's the math you need to make sure everyone can come inside. When it comes to physics, round things roll. When it comes to ramps, you need this common ratio. 1 foot long for every inch of rise. That's the math you need to make sure everyone can come inside. Don't forget that thunder rolls. Don't forget that thunder rolls. When everything reopens and we can hang out again, build a ramp for all your friends. When everything reopens and we can hang out again, build a ramp for all your friends, so that all the good ones can get in. Okay, so I know in like a lot of my songs I mention heaven, and I don't believe in heaven, but I do believe that it's heavenly to get together with community and have events that are as inclusive as possible. And so, yeah, I guess I'll just thank you all for wearing masks, because I know that a lot of the time you think, why do I need to do this? But if you're not someone who never leaves your home and goes to social events because it would be dangerous for you, you might forget that there are people still who never leave their homes and go to social events because it's dangerous for them. And after all of these shows, I get messages from people that are like, that's the first time I went out and felt even remotely safe in like 4 years. And so we are making shows more accessible by wearing masks, even if you feel like it's a little bit annoying. We're taking care of our community, you know? Okay, so, yeah, like I said, I don't really believe in heaven, but I believe in referencing songs. And I believe really believe in referencing songs that reference songs. And so I wanted to reference Kaylin's song that references Stairway to Heaven. Build a ramp to heaven, that's not how it goes. Build a ramp to heaven for your family and friends, so that all the good ones can get in. Build a ramp to heaven for your family and friends, so that all the good ones can get in. Heaven won't be heaven without them. 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 This would be a good time to also thank the Mask Block folks who partnered with us for this show. These old hands don't work like they used to. Loose lips might sink ships, but loose gooses take trips to San Francisco. Don't touch disco, tech to be hottie. Do it for Scotty, do it for the living and do it for the dead. Do it for the monsters under your bed. Do it for the teenagers, do it for your mom. Working our turf and they make us strong. And we won't stop until somebody calls the cops. And even then we'll start again and just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops. And even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We're just dancing, we're just hugging, singing, screaming, kissing, tugging on the sleeve of how it used to be. How's it gonna be? I'll drop kick Russell Stover, move into the starting over house, and no Matt Rouse and Jess are watching me achieve my dreams. And we'll pray all damn day, every day, that all this shit our president has got us in will go away, while we strive to figure out a way we can survive these trying times without losing our minds. So if you wanna burn yourself, remember that I love you. If you wanna cut yourself, remember that I love you. If you wanna kill yourself, remember that I love you. Call me up before you're dead, we can make some plans instead. Send me an IM, I'll be your friend. Shysters live from scheme to scheme, but my fourth quarter pipe dreams are seeming more and more worth fighting for. So I'll curate some situations, make my job a big vacation, and they'll say, fuck genocide. My face paint is sharp. Face paint. My face paint is sharp ink, and I'll show you how much my shit stinks and ask you what you think, cause your thoughts and words are powerful. They think we're disposable, well both my thumbs opposable, spelled out on a double word and triple letter score. And we won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We're just dancing, we're just hugging, singing, screaming, kissing, tugging on the sleeve of how it used to be.